I knew the promise. Oh, I knew it well. That we would have a son, that nations would come from us, that our descendants would be as countless as the stars. But there was just one problem. I was old. And not just old, I was barren. Years had passed, seasons had come and gone, and still nothing. So somewhere between the promise and the waiting, my faith began to sound more like silence. And then one day he spoke again, this time not in whispers, but in a moment so real I could feel it in my bones. "You will have a son," I heard it. I stood just behind the tent listening, and I laughed. Not out loud, but inside, a quiet, hidden laugh. How can this be? Does he not see me? Does he not know how long I've waited? And then he asked, "Why did you laugh?" My heart stopped. Fear rushed in so quickly I didn't even think. I did not laugh, but I had. And I knew it. And in that moment, something inside me whispered, "Why did you lie?" Not because I wanted to deceive him, but because I was afraid of being seen, afraid of being wrong, I was just afraid my doubt had been exposed. Waiting can do something to you. It can wear you down until doing something wrong feels like doing something necessary. So I made a decision I thought would help God fulfill His promise. I gave my servant Hagar to my husband Abraham. At the time, it made sense. If I cannot give him a child, then she will. I thought I was helping. I thought I was fixing that what God had promised, what God had delayed. But I didn't realize I was stepping into something that would break my own heart. The moment she conceived, everything changed. The way she looked at me, the way I looked at her, and the way he looked at her. She carried what I could not. She held the promise I believed was mine. And suddenly, I wasn't just waiting anymore. I was watching another woman carry what I had prayed for. I didn't think it would hurt like that. I didn't think it would cut so deep, but it did. Because when you try to create something outside of God's way, you don't just create a solution, you create consequences. And then, after all the waiting, after all the striving, after all the mistakes, He did it. I held my son, Isaac, and I laughed again. But this time, it wasn't doubt. It was joy. The kind of laughter that comes when God does exactly what He said He would do, even when you didn't believe Him fully. But the story didn't end there, because the consequences of my decision were still standing in front of me. Ishmael. And I knew this promise, this child, had to be protected, not out of cruelty, not out of hatred, but out of understanding. God's promise was never meant to come through my plan. It was meant to come through His. So I did something hard, something that still echoes in my story. I sent her away. not because it didn't hurt, but because I finally understood you cannot mix what God has promised with what you tried to create. If you hear my story, don't just remember that I laughed. Remember why I laughed. I doubted. I feared. I tried to take control. And yes, I made choices I wish I could undo. But even then, God remained faithful because His promises are not dependent on our perfection, but on His.